Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're doing an update to Contractors VR PMC mod here. Recently there have been a lot of updates to the mod here, and we're just going to cover updates to them. So author is Cats. You can go and check out his Discord to learn more information about what those updates are. But my first video had just basically had a tutorial on some of what was available at the time. There are now new features to the mod that I would like to cover and give you some clarity for. Okay, everyone, we're in one of the new rush maps here. As I showed in TrainYard in my last video, kind of show you just kind of same functionality PMC within this map here. First, we're going to take a look at locomotion here, but before we go into the map here, it's kind of the same concepts here. Like you're going to spawn into one of these rooms here, and you can kind of see you got green and red here. It correlates to kind of the lockers here. You kind of walk right through them. Okay, one of the things in my first video we covered was the locomotion here. Now, in the last one, there used to be a stamina bar here. That's no longer the case. It is infinite now, basically. So you will sprint, run using your arms. You have to move your controller physically. It doesn't have to be a lot. You can, do this, and you'll be able to sprint. The three locomotion options that you have available are, walking. Basically, this is the slowest you'll walk. This is usually if you have your gun up. You can jog at the low ready or at the high ready, or you can sprint, which requires you to physically move your controllers and move your arms. So that's sprinting. No stamina bar, it's infinite. And if you run, you keep sprinting, eventually you're going to run out of breath. Let's see if we can hear some of that in the recording here. You should be able to start to hear my character run out of breath here. Now that stops when you stop moving, or if you, let's see if we can get him to run out of breath again here. Okay, so he's out of breath again. So you can stop this by, like I said, you can stop running, or you just go into the walk. Or the jog, the walk, whatever you want to do. So that gets your guy to stop being out of breath. Next thing we're going to take a look at here is the med kit here. So what I have in front of me is the tourniquet, which is this kind of red rubber band item here. You have a trauma dressing here. You have your Surette. This actually fills your health back up. And you have a splint. So if you have a broken leg, this is what you'll use to repair yourself. It doesn't matter which part of your body. But in any case, say, let's go for example here. If I shoot myself in the arm, I'm now bleeding out of my left wrist here. How do I stop that?
Cover your ass! You
can use the tourniquet. So it's easier if you just, whatever arm you're bleeding from, that's where you grab your med pack from. So grab the tourniquet, or you grab your field dressing.
Come on, fucking hit!
And just pull the trigger and rub that around your hand and your body. That will stop the bleeding as well. So, two things. You can use the tourniquet, or you can use the field dressing here to stop bleeding. Now, the next thing you're going to do is, obviously, I have 25% health here, so I want to use the Surette and put that into my arm, my body, and regenerate health. So I was at 25%. It regenerates 50% health, it looks like. So give that two Surettes, and you'll be back to 100% here. One of the other things about health in the new update is, again, I'm going to shoot myself here. So notice how I can sprint, right? So this is normal sprinting speed. But if I shoot myself, I can still sprint, but notice how I can't sprint as fast.
Oh,
now,
shit, I'm fucking hit.
How fast you can sprint is dependent on how much health you have. So lower health, lower speed. So let's see if I can demonstrate one other thing here. So now I'm bleeding out of both hands here. Gotta fix that. So you're gonna get your dressing here. And there that goes. So if you drop it, you're done. Do not drop your tourniquet or your dressing on the ground. Otherwise it's gone. Good luck getting your health back.
Fucking cover! God damn it!
All right, the next thing we're going to take a look at here is the data pad. So some updates to the data pad here. The basic operation of this thing here is it is on your left shoulder, right? You pull it out with your grip. To take the pen out, use your trigger. Doesn't, if you grab it with the grip button, you grab it with both hands. So use your trigger and you just tap right onto the thing that you want. But there's been a few ads here. So basically, you see kind of the point values for each of these items here. You need to kill players in the game to get points. You'll see your points if you hit the B button on your right controller and the Y button on your left controller here. Those points will appear here. Once you have reached the threshold for each of these items here, again, you take your data pad, your pen, tap on which one you want here. If you equip the RPG tube in your loadout, you can grab the ammo here. If you equip the grenade launcher on the bottom of your AK or AR platform rifle, I think there's a few others you can do that too. You can grab the ammo, again, the same way from here. Now, if you want to use an airstrike or artillery airstrike, 350 points, you can grab it here. And everything you get here is from an ammo crate. So you will grab it from here. So notice how if I want another magazine, I take my trigger finger or whatever I've assigned my controller to pick up ammo from. You'll grab it here. So anyway, one of the new updates we'll cover here in a moment is kind of ammo. You don't grab a magazine anymore, it's just bare ammo. So in any case, you will grab your items from the data pad here. So I don't have enough points, so I'll demonstrate that here shortly. But in any case, one of the items, a couple items that have been added here is the mortar tube, the C4 explosive, and the artillery smoke. So there's the artillery explosives and the artillery smoke. The smoke is cheaper, as you can see, by 200 points than the artillery explosives. No change to the RPGs, to the grenade launchers, to the 50 cal, to the sandbags. The only change with the 50 cal is that, at least on PC VR, now you can actually reload it. The biggest one that I'll show you guys shortly in another clip here is the mortar system. Now this in real life is like a 2-3 man operated weapon here. In game you can have a spotter who's doing all the corrections here, and you can have someone who's doing the actual loading of the weapon. All right, let's take a look at actually the new ammo system here. So I'm going to fire off all my rounds. Okay, so what now? I have empty rounds. If I pull this out, like, I don't have another magazine. So what do you have to do? You have to keep your magazines now going forward. Like, you have 5 in your, 4 in your pouches here, 1 in your weapon. Do not get rid of them. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to take the rounds. See as it's full. So there are rounds for intermediary, some, I forget what the, basically like 308 and higher, and then you have pistol. In any case, you take and put it across your, you load the rounds individually. So with if you put the rounds in your right hand, you're going to use the A button to load it. You can hold it individually, or you can hold A and it will load them all automatically. Just hold it until it says full. So this is empty. This is now full. You've now reloaded your magazine. And that works for both your left and your right hand. So if you do it with your left hand, you're gonna want to hit X on the left hand to load those rounds. So let's take a look here. Same way. So same concept. Save your mags, load the rounds individually or all at the same time by holding down the A or the X button on your left and right, and you're good to go. But essentially, hold your magazines. Now, the other aspect here is you have a dump pouch. I don't know if it's going to come across in the video here, but in any case, take these rounds. You can hold 5 of them in the dump pouch, so that's on your left hip. So put those rounds there so you can hear the sound. That's it. That tells you that those rounds are being held in there. Now you can basically what this allows you to do is now you have enough ammunition for 10 or about 10 magazines. Yeah. So you get your standard loadout of 5 magazines. Now when you go out and you're away from the ammo crates and you're kind of in the middle of a firefight, you can then shoot all your rounds. You can take that magazine, holster it, get the ammo out, load your mags, behind cover ideally. Put that back in there, load your rounds, you're good to go, back to the fight. So let's go through some of the loadout options here. So I'm going to equip let's do an AK-74. I'm in my loadout menu. I can choose everything from FMJ, Tracer, AP, Hollow Point, plus P, which is just AP, but it's overpower, right? So it's got longer travel distance before it drops. Then you have Subsonic. Subsonic is, it does not break the sound barrier, so it's quieter. I don't really use it, so not sure of its effectiveness over or pros or cons against these other items here, but basically I just go with plus P. I know it's going to do a lot of damage. It's going to go through those barriers, those covers a lot better than most of the other items, so that's what I use. You still have your different options for optics here. One of the other cool ones is thermal here. Let's take a look at that here in a second. For the muzzle, you can do suppressors, you can do muzzle brake, flash hider, cloth wrap, suppressor, bayonet. I usually go with muzzle brake because that controls the recoil the best there, so that's what I use. Foregrip. This is where you're going to be able to equip, a stabilizing grip on the where your support hand is. Again, I usually do the B25 Grip L. It usually has the best accuracy here. Let's see if it changes if I use something else here. So if I use, yeah, it doesn't really change a whole lot here. In any case here, this is where you're going to be able to grip your grenade launcher. So now it's basically, so we'll see how the cost went up there. So if I change it back to my B25, that actually goes up. So if it's actually less money to use the grenade launcher here. Some of the other items here you have are your Surefire X400, which is it's a light, right? So if you're in a darker area, this is going to light up the area. But remember, if you can see it, your enemy can see it, and it usually gives away your position. So I don't usually use it. PEC 15 is just a laser. This is you can equip this, and you can use your support hand that's holding your foregrip to turn the sight on and off. Purple laser is just kind of what it says. Purple laser, it allows you to use it for hip fire, but if you're using a night map and you have night vision, this is going to be where you can use that more effectively. A couple more items here are, let's go to the armor here. So no change. You have your light, you have your medium, and then you have your heavy here. I usually just keep it with the light here. Now your appearance, you can change how you appear, how your character appears in game here. I use this Arctic white, this Gorka here, if I'm in a snow or kind of an environment where it's white. If I'm in a wooded grass area, I can use this. Let's see here, you get a lot of options here. I'm not going to go through all of them. Basically, like, change your appearance to match the terrain you're in. This goes for your top, your bottom, your armor, and your glove cover or color. Sorry. Just go through all of these here when you have time. Figure out what you think looks best for you. Another aspect that's changed for your loadout and your appearance is your helmet here. So all of these are different helmet variants here. The Alton, The Alton gives you a face mask or a face shield here, so this is something to be mindful of, but it does cost you points, so keep that in mind. You can change the color as well here. For aesthetic reasons, you can get headphones, or you change your shroud, so you can actually. So this allows you to, attach an NVG. Now remember, it costs you points there, so just keep that in mind there. The high end version of this NVG gives you, or takes away some points, so be mindful of that. Again, headphones, you have some various options here. They're more aesthetic than anything else as far as I know, but correct me if I'm wrong in the comments if you have seen or heard differently. This is another, so 2 items. The Mashka and the Alton give you a face mask here. And just kind of round out the gadgets here. This is where you're going to equip your medical. So if you want to just have the splint by itself, or the tourniquet by itself, or the bandage by itself, each costs 1 point. The AI2 medkit is the Surette. So that's a little syringe thing that we showed earlier. You put that in your body and it regenerates your health, but you will have no other option to stop a bleeding or recover yourself from a broken leg. Only the complex med kit, which costs 5 points, gives you all of these items here in one bag. So this is usually what I go with. For gadgets here, the few changes that have been made here are the drone, right? So the drone here, and I'll show this in a separate clip here, but this allows you to use a kamikaze style drone, a recon drone, and a drone that drops a grenade. So there are 2 of the 3 variants of the drone that have explosives on them. The kamikaze, you just run right into the ground or to the player and it kills them, or drop a grenade, same concept. I usually just go with the kamikaze because it's harder for your enemy to shoot it. Yes, you can shoot the drone out of the sky. It helps if you have an automatic setting on your rifle or your weapon to shoot that down, because it's very easy to kind of make this thing go up, down, left, right very fast and keep your enemy from shooting it down. But it's also pretty easy with an automatic rifle to shoot it down if you kind of follow its front line trace. So that's it. So the other change here is you obviously used to be able to just have the RPG here that you could equip, but now you can do a standalone grenade launcher. Again, it goes over the cross of your back here on your right side typically, so you can equip that too. And you grab that ammo from the ammo crate, and you don't need to use the data pad for this one individually. You need to use it if you attach it to your weapon. This is the one where you need the data pad to grab that ammo from, so keep that in mind. You can use ghillie suits as well. You can check that out here. Figure out which one works best in whatever environment of the map that you're playing on. So you have night, fall, dry forest, snow, sand, and everything else. One of the last things that we'll cover in this here is just some of the things that we reviewed in the first video but aren't as important. So vaulting. To vault on an object or another surface, such as this box here, a little clear white sphere will appear over the item that allows you to vault over it. So when you grab it with the grip, you'll pull yourself up. You can do it with one hand or 2 and just pull yourself up. Same thing, pull yourself up. Where can't you vault? It will not allow you to vault on a 90-degree flat surface, so it will not let me at all to vault over this. But they're on an angled surface or something like this, it will let you vault over. What about this? Pole here. Okay, see, no option to vault over that. I'm not gonna be able to do it. So let's see if there's something a little bit higher that will. Okay, so notice how I can't just by myself, like, jump or vault onto it. I have to jump and then grab and pull myself up. If it's an object or a surface that's higher than however tall I am there. There's a lot of objects in this game you'll be able to vault onto. So just by itself, I can't use these tires here. I can use this sloped surface of this wheel here to vault onto. I can do that. Let's see if it'll let me. All right, so notice how I'm able to kind of vault up into these kind of odd places that you wouldn't normally see a player be able to vault onto. Let's see if I can actually vault up to here. So actually I can get up here. All right, I could have just taken the ladder here, right? So there's a ladder right here, and climb myself up, but I use a kind of a non-standard way of being able to do that through vaulting. All right, next thing we're gonna take a look at is if you want to climb a ladder. You used to be able to just like run up against the ladder and push up on your left controller or whatever controller you're using to move yourself forward, back, left, or right. But now you have to actually grab it. So grip button, grab it. I usually go as far as my hand will let me go up, so I can grab it and get up there faster. Make sure you go all the way up. All right, so to close this out, we went through everything regarding the updates to the locomotion, to the health pack, to your loadout, and all the various options within it to just give yourself an edge in your own character and the equipment that you're able to use. We went through the updates to the data pad and the new options for the mortar, the C4, and actually being able to reload the core now. And again, I don't know if that's just PC VR, but if you're on Quest, give that a try and see if that's working for you. And if not, let Jaeger know in his Discord. We also reviewed vaulting again and just making sure we got a clear understanding of how we can do it and what kind of surfaces we're able to do that on. And as always, check your friendlies where they're at with the radio. Know where they're at. They will appear if you use the radio. Again, you're going to put that controller up to your shoulder and you're going to hit the trigger. Don't have a weapon in your hand, just have your free hand. Put that up to your shoulder and hit that button, because you're going to see where your friendlies are at before you fire. There is friendly fire in this game, and a lot of people do not take kindly to being shot at by their friendly. So always check it before you engage a target. Thanks everyone for taking a look at this here. We'll see you in the next video.